So I tell people all the time, almost everything I do is designed to make me laugh.
Yeah.
Right.
If somebody else laughs,
I feel like if
it's
I'm
just
having a
icing
good,
on the
Yes.
cake.
I feel like if I'm having a good time, everybody's having a good time. Start the timer, John.
They're back!
Coming to you somewhat live from the Beer to Whiskey pop-up studios on the tap room floor of Noble Vice Wine Company off of Pelham Road in glorious, not quite downtown Greenville, but glorious Greenville, South Carolina. I'm Russ Heaps, and welcome to this episode of
We're not sure what this is yet. This is our first stab at this, guys. So,
yeah. So something more than something.
well, welcome to Not Beer to Whiskey.
Morons. I've got morons on my team.
Yes. something wine something.
Another pepper.
And I'm here with my good buddy on the other end of the dais, Big John Richards, who happens to be our beer whisperer and a man about town.
Oh, man about town.
Man about town.
May I now present a cultured, sophisticated man about town.
True.
Who just had his beard trimmed, and it's glorious, isn't it?
Hairs on my shirt.
Isn't it wonderful?
Looks great.
So anyway, this
you.
is the inaugural episode of Doing Wine, and we are here. No,
That's the name of it.
Doing
Doing
wine.
wine.
there you go.
See, they all just come to you if you give it time.
And we're here with Noble Vice's owner, Susie Barrows. She's got a wonderful selection of wine here. You can buy it by the glass, you buy it by the bottle, beer. There's all kinds of crazy stuff that goes on
Vermouth.
here. Vermouth, yeah.
Vermouth.
Yeah.
If your taste buds are starving for some vermouth, right here. So
Sometimes they are. Yes.
So anyway, what we're going to do is today we're going to kind of turn this over to Susie, and we're going to talk about I don't even know for sure what it is, but we're going to talk about some wine as it relates to the region it's from and the grapes and all that interesting stuff. So Susie, what do we have here?
So this is one of our new wines by the glass. I try to keep things interesting with the wines by the glass. So we'll always have a couple things that are, we have about 6 reds, 6 whites. We always have a rosé and orange wine and a chilled red. And then for each category, like I like to have a couple, a Pinot Noir, Cabernet Sauvignon in the red category, something that people are familiar with. Chardonnay Sauvignon Blanc in the, not necessarily, those grapes, but something that people are familiar with. Most wine drinkers are familiar with. And then have more eclectic grapes after that in each category. And I usually switch it up monthly.
Yeah, it does seem like every time I'm in here, there's something that I haven't had before.
Right. Yeah.
It's on the wine by the glass thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
You say you always trying to have an orange wine.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a big deal?
Well,
I would have never even thought of that.
it's something that's a big enough of a deal that people are starting to become a lot more familiar with the category, and they ask about if we have orange wines, and we have found an orange wine in particular that is, for me, like the most solid intro to orange wine that you can get, and it's at a great price that makes it glassable, if you will. So that'll always be on the list, as well as it like brings, there's always one person a day usually that says, what's an orange wine? And like, I love that conversation. So
Now you've already had the question.
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
we got
Check that one off the list and we can move on.
perfect.
So what are we doing here?
Okay, so this is one of our new reds by the glass, and the grape is called Bonarda. So in Argentina, the most popular, the most widely grown, the most familiar grape, to Americans is Malbec. So, I'm pretty sure everybody's either heard of or had a Malbec.
Yeah.
And then coming in second place, I would say, but again, probably most people are not familiar with it, is a grape called Bonarda, which was brought over. There were a lot of Italian immigrants to Argentina in the late 18th, early 19th century, who brought over native Italian grapes, Bonarda being one of them. So, shall we taste?
I was gonna say, you talk,
Yeah.
I'll pour.
Okay.
I'll
perfect.
try not to get in your face.
Yeah.
So what is
Thank you.
this specifically? What wine is this? What's the,
So the grape is Bonarda. The
Russ, I can't quite
name
get
of
to you.
The winery is once I look at the label. It's
This is a-
organic grapes.
this is a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, flying,
just-
flying by the seat of our pants. Vince.
Yeah.
2018.
So it's it says on the front label, made with organic grapes, which is actually pretty unique for Australian wines because interestingly enough, getting your organic certification in Argentina.
I thought okay, yeah, you said Australian. I thought just then.
Yeah,
And it
Argentina.
made me go, wait, I thought we were in Argentina. Yep, it happens to the west of us.
A country.
Yes.
What is wine country?
And
Is this one yours?
no,
This one?
no. Getting your organic certification in Argentina it's one of the most priciest countries in the world to get certified organic. So so a lot of times in Argentina, Argentinian wineries, they just like to, communicate it via their information that their importers and distributors and people who buy the wines like me and then sell it to consumers. We just say they're organic without it being on the label, but they've actually been certified organic, so they went to the extra effort and cost to get certified. In terms of grape style, I would say it's a lot more similar to like a Pinot Noir. Malbecs are generally very full-bodied, and steak. I don't know if anybody knows this about Argentina, but like steak is the national food, and Malbec
Right.
are a pretty
They have
great combo.
caballeros there.
Cowboys,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
cheers.
Texas Lily.
It's a very satisfying sound.
Yeah, these glasses have a nice.
It's fun. It's a little spicy, earthy, but it feels like I'm smelling a good bit of fruit on the front of that.
And, a lot of that has to do with there's no oak. It's all stainless steel. So
Yeah.
generally, when a wine is fermented and aged in stainless steel, you're just getting that really, primarily the fruit without there being any oak influence.
Yeah. Ooh, that's got some acid. I felt that really ping back here.
Mhm.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah. So, I guess a little plummy and blackberry kind of side of darker fruit,
Yeah,
but still really light bodied and acidic and clean.
yeah, the acidity is much higher than anything you would get in a Malbec. And I mean, another point is if this is now that we're getting to the warmer months here in Greenville, like I want reds that I can put a little bit of a chill on them. I can keep them in the wine chiller where the whites are, and then kind of pull them out, in the early afternoon when people generally start showing up to drink glasses of wine, and then it's still like got that little bit of a chill,
Yeah.
which is great, for lighter bodied styles of wine like this.
Yeah. Yeah, I think people tend to drink their reds a little bit too warm and their whites a little bit too cold.
Absolutely.
If you would agree with that.
Yeah.
Getting a little bit of chill on a red is really nice.
Yeah.
I like this because it's got a lot of flavor.
Mhm.
It is light bodied, but you get that little, and my palate's a little messed up right now because I'm coming off a cold, but
And it's
I'm getting-
pollen season.
I'm getting well, I don't have problems with that, but I get some pepper on the back end of it. at the
Yeah,
very
I
end.
just got some baking spice too, like maybe like an allspice or something.
I think, when you started out with like primarily the fruit, it's really what I'm getting. Like made a good call with the plums and the blackberries.
Is there anything in Argentina that is specific to Argentina in terms of the process, the winemaking process, or
No,
no?
No.
Okay.
no, really not at all. It's, they do, pretty much what all wine countries do in terms of some are oaked and some are new oak, some are neutral barrels, stainless steel. A lot of, wineries around the world are getting into, and using amphora or clay vessels.
Mm.
It just has to do with what style of wine you want to be making, how much oxygen you want to be, the wine to be getting during the fermentation and aging process.
Anything else?
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess one more thing is like Argentina is generally thought of as being a really hot country. I think they get more days of sunshine per year than any other country. And so a lot of the more premium vineyards in Argentina, because that's where the Andes are kind of, higher altitude. So that's what you'll see a lot in Argentina is like very, very high altitude vineyards.
So you'll get hot days, cool nights.
Exactly.
Help slow down the ripening process, and
Perfect. Yep.
Yep.
That's exactly what it is.
nice. Good times.
There you go. Well, I think we've covered it. And with that, get yourself a bottle of wine and sip it.
Yes.
Or chug it.
It could be anything. It could really
Whatever
could
you
be
want.
anything.
So damn lucky. See you next time.